Alright guys, so it's not long since I've done that Honda Pilot with the torque converter. I'm also doing another job that's been waiting for me. This job is actually not my job, it's actually another tech. He's also an older guy, so I thought I'd just help him out and, instead of busting his back, do this job for him. So yeah, I am going to be removing the transmission on this, and I didn't diagnose it, it's under warranty. So I guess what he said is there's an oil leak, and it's leaking from, I guess, the casting of the housing. So I think I'll take it underneath, take a look just to see and show you what it might look like. So what he says is, I think somewhere up here there's a crevice or like a machined out hole that it's I guess a porous aluminum that's seeping fluid out, because if you look inside of here, right inside there, it's dry. I don't know if I can see it. See, it's dry, and this oil here is running along from somewhere here, maybe around this bolt. It's something to do with the porous aluminum. So yeah, that's why we're replacing this, according to the older guy, the senior. So like anything else I usually do, I take everything as much as I can at the top, then I'll work my way at the bottom and remove suspension, suspension, torque converter bolts. This one actually doesn't have a mount on the bottom, so it doesn't come out with the subframe. I can just hang it off the top mount on the transmission side. So yeah, let me get started. Alright, so first thing I did was I removed the steering shaft inside. I'm going to start removing stuff on this side of the area, and then yeah, then start removing the subframe. So yeah, not too much here. It's just the battery. I removed the battery. What else I gotta take out? Air box, any kind of connectors on top. Just disconnect whatever's around the top, so I can once I'm at the bottom, I can start removing stuff at the underneath. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Alright, for you who wants to know that if your 10th gen Honda Civic has a transmission filter, it actually does. So right behind this cooler, it's just held in by 3 bolts. There's a filter behind it. Also a couple O-rings that when you remove it, you got to replace it. But since the new transmission that I'm putting in has a new cooler in there, this one can just, yeah, it's just so I don't have to remove the coolant lines and let the coolant drain. So I'm just going to unbolt it, and I'll show you where what the filter looks like. So once you remove this cooler, right, you can see the 2 O-rings, and then that's your filter right there. Let me see if I can turn on the light. Yeah, there you go. So here's your filter. Just gonna pull it out. There you go. And that is your filter, and that's pretty much it. There's a little O-ring in the inside. So if you want to change your filter on your 10th gen CVT, there's your filter. I'm just going to leave it in there. I was going to do this last, but now I'm just going to get tranny fluid dripping on my head now. So yeah, I'm pretty much done up here. I'm going to start going underneath and start removing suspension parts, and then I'll bring you back. Right, everything's been detached. Suspension, drive shaft, engine mount. Took off the torque converter bolts. Same thing on that side. Lower engine mount, exhaust hanger. I think that's pretty much it. Now I'm just gonna use my, subframe jack to remove the subframe. All right, so just about to remove the tranny. I got my pogo stick, right? Pogo stick, and then the tranny jack, and then my ladder, so I can disconnect it from the transmission mount up top. And then I'm gonna go find a buddy to stay down here while I do that. So just in case something happens, So yeah, currently I have the just the 1 bolt holding everything in. I usually pick the spot that is the easiest to get that to remove once I just remove the mount up top, and then yeah. But if you want to do a starter now, it's a perfect time to do a starter because everything's out. And just like that, the tranny's out. I got the engine supported by that block of wood there. So I'm gonna swap this over from the new one over there. Alright, so I got the tranny back on the tranny jack. I used the hoist beside me to lift it up on this, there's a hook here, right? So I just used my seat belt to you know, lift it up, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the old one. The only thing I had to transfer over was this, I think this is a transmission computer, TCM. That was about it. I think I got to fill this too, so yeah, so I'll just put everything back together. Alright, so I couldn't do any more videoing because apparently this customer is expecting it to be done at the end of the day when they dropped it off around lunchtime. So I had to put a move on it. So yeah, anyways, I put the steering shaft back down there. I put the yeah, the tranny's already in and everything. I already put fluid in. I gotta level check it and then put away the that old tranny over there back in the box for warranty. So yeah. So anyways, I sorry if I couldn't get any more footage, but that's about it. I just gotta get stuff done, you know. I also got to straighten the steering wheel, take it for a road test, and yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.